the next challenge, Accrington Stanley, but you go to Accrington with the best away record in the division. How pleased are you about that?
All right, I didn't actually know that for definite, to be fair. So yeah, no, it's a good thing to have. And like I say, we can go there with confidence knowing we've got that, but obviously we've got to back it up in these, next however many away games we've got.
Because you've shown different ways to win on the road in recent weeks, haven't you? I mean, at times it's been, very nice football and easy on the eye, and at other times it's been a scrap on a sandy pitch, as we saw the other day at Morecambe. Yeah,
exactly. But they're the wins that I think, get you to where you want to be at the end of the season. It's not all going to be pretty. We know that, and there's been a few times maybe where we haven't quite done that sort of side of the game, and it has cost us. So it's just important to that's first and foremost. Them basics, them sort of the hard yards, the second balls, because everyone in League Two to be successful has to do that. I don't think anyone can not do that really and be fully successful.
Is it a mindset thing or a pre-planned thing? Right, lads, today we're probably not going to be able to play the type of game we want. We might need to sort of, do the hard yards first and foremost, or is it just in the game, responding in the moment?
No, I think obviously you get different pointers, and it's sort of making sure we've all got that clear plan that we might need to stretch the game, go in behind. Obviously, personnel and the sort of formation affects that as well. So what sort of plays you have suits the way we sort of want to play and the tactics that are going to be in place. So but I think on Tuesday night, especially responding from a defeat, I think it's important to set the tone right first and foremost, and was playing in behind, stretching it, and we could have scored a few more goals really in the first 20-25 minutes.
Yeah, I'm sure you clearly would have been happy losing the two games, but overall form actually has been very good, hasn't it? What is it? 5 wins from 7, 6 from 9. The Crystal Palace game is something of an anomaly, isn't it, along the way? But so generally speaking, things are going very well.
Yeah, exactly. We've always got to remember that. So, like after a defeat, we're obviously all disappointed, or obviously all want to do better. But it's important to see the bigger picture and see that we are in a good place, not to just throw it all away and mentally. Sort of, we know what the mistakes were made, but we're not a million miles away, and we'll just correct them next game. So and looking back on some of the games, like the Port Vale game when we was on that run, I think if the performance was a good performance, if we won that, then the form would look even better. I think it would have been like 7 wins on the road before the Chesterfield game. So you just got to look at it like that. But I think it's been frustrating sometimes. We've had that sort of being on a good form, and then we'd just have that one result, that sort of bit of a kick in the teeth, and sets us back a bit, and that's probably why we haven't broken away yet around the table.
Because it is extraordinary, isn't it? Because, form has been excellent, but the difference between 2nd and 6th in League Two is basically nothing, is it? So even a draw, certainly a defeat, and you might drop 4 places. Well, so can Bradford, so can AFC Wimbledon, etc. And all of a sudden the picture just can look very different, yet it's one game.
Yeah, exactly. Like the difference, the feeling from from Sunday night just gone to now Wednesday night just gone is completely different, and it's literally one game. But it just looks that sort of, when you look at the table, it just looks that bit better, but like say, it can all change very quickly. So we need to make sure at this stage we just take each game at a time, and we know we need to give everything in that game, because every single point now that we pick up is vital to the end of the season.
Yeah, because you can rack yourself sideways if you're worried about everybody else, particularly if you don't have any kind of point cushion to rely on.
Exactly. There's no point. Obviously, we're all human. We'll all keep looking at the league and keep looking at the teams around us, seeing how they're doing. But at the end of the day, we've got zero control in that. All we can do is concentrate about us and us picking up points. And we want teams to look at us come 5 o'clock on Saturday and think, "Oh, Doncaster's won again." So that's always the aim. We've just got to deal with what we can control and use all our energy on that, really.
The manager's just been talking about what a good playing surface Accrington's is. I'm sure you're relishing that.
Yeah. I know they like to play football, and I played there last year, similar time last year, and I remember it being good as well. So I think Morecambe's obviously it's been brought up about it, but we still could play football, and it was just maybe a bit heavy on the legs and stuff. And we had to see it out the last 20 minutes. But you got to deal with everything, and it's not sort of going to change our way too much in how we want to play as well. So, and we know we've got Accrington. Yeah, the down there scrapping for every point, but the performances over late have not really. The performances probably deserved a few more points than they've got. So we need to remember that as well.
What about you playing regularly in a competitive squad? How much are you enjoying that at the minute?
Yeah, I'm like, it's always nice to be up there and looking at the top end of the table, but obviously it comes with a different pressure. I'd say obviously I've been in and out, but it's just whether I'm on the bench or whether I'm starting, you just want to be coming on and contributing to a winning team. And obviously, like we've touched on, we've had a few sort of knockbacks, but overall it's one that's enjoyable, and seem to like this sort of, we're coming into this period now of like the final third we're 2/3 way through the season, so we've got one third left, and you can sort of see the target in sight, and you don't want to get carried away, but everyone pulls together, and it's sort of, I like this time of year really. I think that's when you find out about teams and stuff. So
do you kind of feel as though everybody just, I don't know, switches on an extra 10%, as it were, at this time of the year, because you know that each result you've got less to come back from, I suppose, haven't you?
Yeah, exactly. You've got less margin for error. Like if you say drop points in October, you're thinking, it's a long season, but now it soon comes up. These are like, it's 14, like, let's say old cliche, but cup finals, because everything's going to matter. And so I sort of like this time of year, and it's so exciting. You just want the games to come thick and fast, really, especially if you're picking up points and getting the win. So we're in an interesting time of the year, really.